Making your bed is a pointless task.
Highly disagree. Highly disagree. Soon as you wake up, either make your bed immediately or do what I do. So as soon as I get up, I put my contacts in, wash my face, wash my hands, brush my teeth. Then, well, I said that backwards. Hold on. I wash my face, wash my hands, then put my contacts in, then brush my teeth. Then I will go make up my bed. Which now with the cat, it's kind of funny because he always be trying to jump around. And so, like, takes a couple minutes longer because I be playing with him. But I promise you, it'll make you feel like you did something to start your day, and it make you get on that little productive path. So you be like, ooh, now I gotta go do this, and I gotta do this and do this. Usually when you don't make it, you just lounge around all day. You seem more relaxed and chilling, not doing nothing. So I highly recommend making your bed as soon as you get up.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, can I...
This is wild. All the men believe in making it up and all the women don't. That's crazy. Because all the men and women I know, that would have been like flipped around so hard. That's interesting.
Say though, I feel like I can't contribute to this one. For I think about 10 years now, I've never made my bed because I never actually sleep under anything. I have the bed with the comforter and everything, and I sleep on top of that
with clothes on. You sleep like like a video game NPC because they can't animate the blanket.
I just literally I get onto the bed and I just I'll have like some sort of blanket that I fold at the end of my bed. That's what because it's so freaking hot always.
No.
You don't have air conditioning? I have air conditioning, but growing up, when I would sleep under sheets, I always
show me your legs. Show me your unwashed legs.
When growing up, when I was sleeping under sheets, I'd always wake up and I'd kick the sheets off, and I didn't need them. So at a certain point, I realized I don't need to sleep under anything. I'm gonna sleep on top of the bed, and that way I never have to make it.
So wait, why isn't it always made?
It's always made.
It is always made.
It's always made.
It's clean and
crisp.
It's clean and crisp and great, and I sleep on top of that, and then I have a blanket
So essentially, when he wakes up, he just goes like this to the creases, and he's done. He doesn't actually make up a bed because he doesn't really sleep in his bed. That's so weird. That's so weird. I guess it works for him, but that's off.
I have one of those big chunky knit blankets that I have.
I have a question.
I just have one blanket, and that's all I need, and that way I never have to make my bed.
How often do you wash your sheets? Because you don't.
I'll wash the comforter every now and then. Yeah.
Okay.
Back on this hygiene thing on how often you wash your sheets. I wash ours once a week. Okay? And I do have different. I don't just have one. I remember we had multiple. We had 3 or 4 at a time, but as things get old, you start tossing out the older ones. So right now we have 2, but my plan is to buy 2 more so I can have that rotation again. But yes, sheets get washed every week, right? So even if you sit in there and be like, well, if you have that many, why are you washing it every week? I promise you it's going to be easier because then once it gets to the end, you don't want 3 or 4 different comforter sets and sheets and all that. Too much washing at one time, I promise you. So whatever you take off the bed, put that straight in the washer, and then whatever's already washed, just put that on the bed. But yes, once a week. You know what I would take as a minimal answer? Once every 2 weeks. I'll take that. Anything beyond that, if you're telling me months and a year, you nasty, bro. All that dead skin flakes and booty flakes and all that on your sheets. Gross.
The sheets.
I never have to wash the sheets because they never even see them.
Do you have sex on top of the bed as well?
Yeah.
I think he doesn't. No, I think he's more floor person.
You have sex on the floor. Got it.
I actually legit will fall asleep flat on a carpet floor.
I could do that.
No pillow, no
Yeah.
pillow, no
Yeah.
nothing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the end of Castaway.
Oh, well, you're not talking.
I've done that before numerous times. It's actually really comfy, and sleeping on the floor is actually really good for your back. I know a lot of y'all gonna be like, you weird. Why are you sleeping on the floor? But it's actually not that bad. It's kind of comfy. Now, it also depends where you live, because where I live now, right, I have hardwood floors throughout my whole house. I would never sleep on the floor here, especially considering if you ever see bugs, like centipedes, nah, you can't crawl on me. But the few apartments that I've lived in where the floor is carpeted and there's like no bugs and stuff, I done fell asleep on the floor before. I'm one of those people. If I'm comfortable, I can sleep anywhere.
I'm there flicking the light on and off.
Right.
Maybe I'll do that.
I've
It's
slept
good
on
for
the
your
floor,
back.
Yeah.
I love it.
I want to reiterate the thing was it's a pointless task to make your bed.
I think having sex on the floor is okay.
This is about.
I think it is not. I think it's a great task. Do I do it? Absolutely not. But I understand the merits
What?
of making your bed. It's a mood booster.
Yeah.
My man was like, I get the importance, but I don't do it. You on the wrong side, my man. Go to the other side.
Routine, the ritual gets you ready for the day. You feel nice about your room.
Damn, I didn't.
Okay.
You got dirty legs. You got an unmade bed.
Wait.
Get the out of here.
Showing up late is disrespectful.
Extremely disrespectful. It shows that you don't value that person's time, right? I was taught that not only do you show up on time, you show up early, okay? It makes you look good. And I've abided by that my whole life, and my parents were very correct about that. This generation, y'all don't care about nobody but yourself. Y'all are so selfish, okay? When I tell you the management positions I've had, the people I've worked with, it's always my age and older that show up early and on time, and it's always the younger people that are like, whatever, I'm here, aren't I? It's like, you're an hour late, you didn't even call to say you'd be late. Like, at least just call or text. Like, my last job where I was manager, I used to tell my people, I'd be like, look, if you gonna come late, I don't care, because that's your time, essentially. However, at least have the common courtesy to at least message me to let me know, so I know how to plan what we're going to be doing. Because I worked in robotics, so I needed to know who was going to go where to fix stuff. You know what I'm saying? And we all had the same company messaging app on our phones. I'm like, please just message me. That's all I ask. I don't care if you late, personally, because I don't sign your check. I couldn't even get that out of the younger people. I'm just like, bro, just what's wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
Ooh.
3, 2, 1.
Somebody did this on purpose. Let me just say, I'm not being disrespectful on purpose, okay? Let's just get that clear.
I just need to get my coffee. Okay.
Oh, wow.
But then you should
stopped
plan.
places?
Hey, what?
No, sorry.
Wait, you
Sorry,
mean you don't
nothing.
come straight here?
But if you need your coffee, you should plan accordingly to have
you
time
should.
to go get your coffee before you need to be wherever you need to be.
And I agree.
yeah.
He's making real sense.
He's making a whole bunch of sense. And I just want to say to production today, I am so sorry for being late.
How late were you?
For this. Stop asking questions. I am so sorry for being late, and it will
Never happen
Come on,
again.
come on.
never.
Like, is it
happen
10 minutes? Or
again?
is it like 30?
It was like 30.
Whoa.
Yeah.
30 minutes late, and you talking about it's disrespectful what you like, and then you can't even say you won't be late again. Bro, you gotta go to the other
I
side.
promise it won't happen again.
And he doesn't drink coffee.
I peaked in high school.
No. I know some people who peaked in high school were like, literally, those are the people, that's all they talk about. Whenever you link up with them and they be like, hey, remember back when in high school when we was like this? Remember the football games? Remember basketball? It's like, yeah, I guess, what are you doing with life now? And they kind of look at you and be like, oh yeah, it's cool. But remember back in 9th grade? It's like, bro, I don't care. All right? I do not care. Yeah, I hated high school. I hated school, period. I was the nerd. I got picked on. I got teased. I was also a tomboy. The whole combination, it sucked. But yeah, you could definitely tell who peaked because that's all they talk about whenever you see them.
3, 2, 1.
Fucking cool, y'all. That was dope. I was
right
like,
now.
homecoming king. I was Mr. FHS. I was straight. It was awesome, bro. I had the whole world. failed. Now I gotta fight every day of my life.
I haven't even begun to peak.
Right?
I'm just getting started. I'm weak.
See how he was like, homecoming king, this and that? I swear on everything, that's how they talk too.
God damn.
And then she walked back over. Oh.
Olivia, you did not peak in high school. Olivia, come back. Come back to him. Come back
really?
to him.
Okay.
Damn.
Olivia, no, you have to understand.
Why are you not gonna say the same about me?
Well, you
We
said
don't
that
know
you
you
peaked.
yet.
We still
Like
learning.
that ass. I think he's talented as hell, so I don't really understand why he's over there. I've seen
Right.
this man perform live. He's very talented.
really
Look
good.
at his face. He's very attractive as well, so I really don't understand why he's both.
Look, you backed it up.
Here's the thing. He
Okay, I'm
was.
gonna walk over here.
Yeah, good over.
No,
Like,
I feel like high school I was just like happier.
That's different.
That's
Oh,
not
that
a
is
peak,
different.
though.
That is different.
I don't know. That's different.
Olivia, you said you used to get picked on.
Yeah, so I didn't care.
That's awesome.
I mean, you guys have seen iCarly. That's what I looked like.
Yeah, that show rocks.
I don't think it was about anything. For me, it was just that.
Is he the kid from iCar? I don't know. I was too old when that show came out, so that didn't really interest me.
Like, it's such a, my teenage years are such a fog because I was just constantly so nervous about everything. And like, you know, my teenage years were, my high school was being an actor with a bunch of other child actors. So that was my high school experience. But I would get so nervous in auditions that I would black out for most of them. And so like, I didn't actually feel like I became who I was until I was at least like 25, 26.
You didn't have to go to real school for that.
Yeah, no. I was just in college for 10 years.
I felt way better when I was in high school. I was like eating In and Out at 11 a.m.
Oh, those times hit different.
Like
for sure.
Kesha.
Yeah, the euphoria of it.
Yeah, it was just like
Yeah,
fun.
mine was not.
I didn't care that much.
So, like, once again, if that was the best time of your life, yeah, you peaked. So, yeah, she on the right side.
Yeah, same.
I don't think I peaked in high school. I feel like I'm growing into the beautiful person I am.
Yes,
Okay,
you
because
are.
when I was in high school, surprise, I was very high strung. Okay, I was very high strung, y'all. If you thought I could get more, the string was tight. Okay, so now I'm like I'm happier and like I'm more accepting of like the things that I like. I feel like in high school it's like, yeah, you're doing the things, but why are you doing the things? So now I'm making choices that are like for me, for my happiness, versus like trying to
That's
impress like X, Y, and Z. So like I don't know. That's why I'm happier now. So it's like, yes, I loved my high school experience, but just as a person and mentally where I'm at right now, and I have chilled out. Surprise! I'm much happier now.
We're like constantly peaking.
Yeah, my life is a series of mountains with no slopes.
Never.
Money does equal happiness.
Yes. It do. Let's. You could be on the middle point of this, and there's people that's like, no, money's the root of all evil, blah blah.
With that and other things that are personal to you if you teach me your voice. Just follow the instructions on the screen.
Okay, first off, this little Google Home Hub thing be just randomly talking up out of nowhere, and nobody be talking to it, and it be freaking me out sometimes, because I know the only other person here is my cat. He ain't talking to it either, but anyways, the whole money does equal happiness, right? The reason I'm saying yes, money can essentially, and I'm just the good things about it, not the materialistic crap garbage that people do with it. It could pay to have a roof over your head, utilities, food, and transportation. Those things make you happy. They do, because you're taken care of. It doesn't matter where you live. I never once said you have to be in a big house, a mansion. Nah. You can live in the hood, but if somebody's paying for that, you happy. You may not be peak happiness because of your environment and your surroundings, but you're also not on the street in that area. Okay? You have housing, heat, water. All of that can be achieved with money, which in turns can give you a certain level of peace and happiness. Like I said, we're not talking about peak happiness where you're just like full on like, yes, this is the life I've dreamed of and I love it. No, you need a basic level so you can survive. And I feel like money can get you there. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying.
Yes. 3, 2, 1.
Well, let me just, I don't know if it equals happiness, but it sure damn helps. It helps a whole lot, cause I know when like being broke and shit like that, if you've ever been broke, it is the worst in the world, but when you get your money, it's like, oh, I feel a lot better. I mean, there's more to it, of course, but like when it's all said and done, having no money is like, it puts you in a cloudy space. It's hard to function. It's hard to move forward. And I feel like that's a lot of the reason that people like go through what they go through is because of money issues on top of other life issues, you know?
If you're wealthy and you're unhappy, you're probably not spending your money right.
I will say.
That's the thing too. That's why I said when money equates to happiness, I didn't mention surface level things because surface level things don't matter. You can't take them with you anyways, and those are also, it also provides you momentary happiness, right? That's why I didn't even mention those things. People would have been like clothes, shoes, gadgets. None of that matters. You need money for the basic things in life. So you can have like a baseline of happiness and security. Everything else is kind of just like icing on the cake if you can attain that, but it's not needed.
That feels like a whole other statement. I was like, I don't know if that was the question.
You're honestly using money wrong.
I'm currently in the middle of reading The Happiness Hypothesis by Jonathan Haidt. And it talks about this. It talks about money a little bit and happiness. And there is like a threshold, like once you don't have to worry about it anymore, it no longer brings you happy. It's not a happiness thing, it's a survival thing for some people. That's not happiness. That shouldn't happen to anyone. They shouldn't be working for survival. They should be just like, they should be able to live. So the happiness like stops. It stops. Yeah. You don't.
I mean, that's kind of what I said, but like that survivalness, yeah, that does give you happiness though. Because just imagine if you didn't have a house and you weren't able to eat. You're not about to be happy. Money can get you those things. So yeah, there is a base level of happiness there that money can get you.
Don't have to worry about it anymore. But it helps you get things that are like monetary, like quick little pleasures, or like a big house, but that will never make you happy.
Maybe where I'm at right now, some of that stuff, I don't think I've hit the threshold. Like, right now, I'm like, I hear you. I'll read that book.
Right.
I am not at the threshold in which the money does not bring me like happiness.
I was like a house.
I'm still looking at the survival aspect of it. Like when I've been at like my most broke, it's like everything, like
You're
everything
never
else
broke,
is
just no money.
That's true.
But like has like your spirit can be kind of broken, like when you're broke too.
Oh, okay.
Like I don't know.
And then there's so many people with so much money who are so deeply sad still.
that's
Well, they can.
It's not.
They're
if
not-
money
they're not
equals
spending it
happiness,
right.
they should be happy.
A lot of my happiest moments, a lot of my happiest moments weren't like bought or with money.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
You know? On a Saturday morning, I like to walk in at Home Depot, and I don't have to buy anything. I just
How'd you
like
get to Home
walking in
Depot?
there.
Yeah.
How'd you get to Home Depot?
I walked.
I mean, I agree fully with Chance, and I mean everything I've read says that, like psychologically, like there's actually I think a bell curve or
Yeah,
whatever
there is.
of like you reach a certain amount, and there is like that happiness threshold, and actually beyond that, there's greater likelihood of issues and stuff, and that's you could argue if that's wealth causing that, or it's the type of people who are in that area or seek that out.
More money, more profit.
Yeah, that comes down to like who you are as a person, because that's when you get into the whole like, oh, money's so evil and it does all these things. It's like, well, if you're a person where like now you have all this money and it goes to your head and you're doing all these crazy things with it, like you're buying drugs and women and all this other crazy nonsense, you're never going to have actual people around you, and it's not going to be like fulfilling. You know what I'm saying? So they're taking it to those extremes. I don't think it needs to go to that extreme. And then if you listen to rich people talk, there is this threshold where Andrew Tate and others have also talked about this. They said their funnest times is when they made like 10 or 20,000 like a month, right? because you're at the point where it's like you're comfortable, but you're now like you're at a level where you can now do a lot of things for fun because now you're able to start accessing this different world from like somebody who makes $15 an hour. And once you surpass that, so say you're like, if I'm on Jordan Welch's level, I'm making like 50 to 80,000 a month, right? And I'm a multi-millionaire at this point. You're at a level now where you can just do whatever you want. And things become less fun because like now your access to things is just so like it's there. There's nothing. You're just like, I guess I'll jet here today. I guess I'll do this, right? But you're never like truly happy, right? If you're looking at money like that, then yeah, I get it. But if you're one of those people like, yeah, you have money, but you're more focused on like, this is about to be for generational wealth purposes. This isn't for me to like go crazy and blow it and just jet set nonstop. And every time I jet set somewhere, instead of like getting an actual experience of where I'm at, I just want to drink and party the whole time I'm here. That's completely different. It's totally different. Have you ever heard Stars? I think Bow Wow said this. So like, he got famous at a very young age. So when did he? Despite him meeting Snoop at 6 and everything, I was like 11 or 12 when he first came out with that song Bounce With Me. From that point on, obviously he was in the limelight. He was in the spotlight. He was selling out shows, Madison Square Garden, stuff like that. He said at a very young age, he was able to get into nightclubs and stuff, and he's traveling the world on tour. So then when he became an adult, there was that point where he was just depressed, and he's just like, I feel I'm just depressed and suicidal because I've done everything. I've been everywhere. There's nothing left to do. And somebody was like, you haven't done everything. And he's like, I have. I've been here. I've partied here, and I've partied here. And it's such a shallow view of thinking, right? And then you talk to Usher. He had the same mindset until he married, I forgot what chick he was married to at the time because he done ran through women too. But it took one of his wives to sit him down, and he was just like, oh yeah, I'm going here again. I've been there multiple times. And then she was like, have you actually been here? Or like, what, you just drunk at a club and partied nonstop? She actually took him out to do stuff that the locals would do or like tourists would do when they go somewhere. And he's like, oh, I've never experienced this part of this country before, or I've never experienced this part of this state before. Wow, she's really opening my eyes to new experiences and things. And it's like, yeah, because with money, you are doing all the stupid stuff that, who cares? Who cares? Every nightclub is the same. Every bottle of alcohol is the same. All these women are the same. So, like, when you hear people talk about it, they're like, I'm so sad. I was just doing the same thing. It's like, yeah, but because you're not really enjoying life. That's really what it comes down to.
Problems.
But I would agree that wealth doesn't buy happiness, riches don't buy happiness, but security is necessary, I think, in order to, I mean, you can't practice mindfulness if you are actively, like, not sure if you're gonna have food.
Public proposals are cringy.
Yes, super cringe. Super cringe. I know y'all be thinking that it's like, oh, I put a lot of thought into this and it's gonna be beautiful and whatnot. Don't do a public proposal. The only reason I'm saying that is because it might be a waste of your time. You don't know what that person's gonna say. You may believe deep down they're gonna say yes, and they might say yes publicly to not embarrass you, but they might hit you behind closed doors and be like, yeah, no, I don't want to do this. What? Why did you say yes? I didn't want to embarrass you. Or you have the men or women that just straight up be looking at their spouse like, oh, nah, you tripping. And they do that quick speed walk off. Like, don't do a public proposal. You can do something just as beautiful and grand privately. Like, it doesn't have to be public.
3, 2,
That's funny.
1.
Like, why would you just, like, why? Like,
what do you mean, how public?
like,
What do you mean, how
Everywhere is
public?
public.
Public.
I'm trying to think of some friends, and I'm like, who am I about to?
Right.
Oh, fuck.
Just be like, hey, watch all except the last one.
It's not cringy.
It's
I
not
just
cringy.
prefer just like don't do that in public.
Yeah.
You know.
well,
Wait. So do I disagree?
like, I think I don't want to.
I mean, I don't care.
You
Just like
don't care,
give me-
yeah.
There we go.
All right, Spencer.
Really care.
Go on.
What's public to y'all?
I think I know.
like,
I think I know what you're thinking. You're thinking in front of a crowd.
Yeah, I'm thinking of
Yeah,
a crowd too.
I'm
Like I'm
picturing
thinking about
crowd.
that. I will say, public proposals are more likely to be cringy. Like
Yeah.
And if she says no,
Right.
if they say no,
Yeah.
that is the worst.
The idea of putting other like inadvertently involving so many other people in this moment, that to me is selfish in a way.
I also think it depends on the person as well. Some people
Yeah.
like to be the center of attention, like which is like if that's what your partner likes, like give it to them,
Yeah.
like, create that moment for them. But me and Courtney got engaged at Disney
Remember that.
some years ago, and when we got engaged, it touched so many people's lives. Although it was fake as hell. I mean, but to see people like actually be like, oh my God! Oh,
See, if I
it's
saw a
incredible.
proposal, if I saw a proposal in public, I'd be like, "That's awesome."
Oh,
Like,
I'd be jazzed. Like,
Yeah.
Or
But
what-
if they said no, then I'd be like, "Oh," but also I'd be like, "Cringe."
I think the most messed up one recently, some guy proposed at a hockey game, and the girl said no. And then some dude in the audience, just loud as ever, was like, wah, wah, wah. It's like, bro, why did you do that? This is already bad, and you're just compounding it by making it worse.
I'd be like, "That also still made my day."
That's
Okay, what if-
embarrassing.
So I know
That's
I
so
was like kind
embarrassing.
of neutral about it, but now when I think about it, it's like, okay, what if you fell in love with this person at a Johnny Rockets? And sorry.
I feel like Chance is just me and Olivia today.
Like, and like for example, and they're like, oh, like that's the moment that we shared here at like whatever, and then you're back there with the person, and they quietly go, hey, will you marry me? And then that's really cute, but you're in a public setting.
I would
but
say
it's a
that's
private
not
moment.
public. That's not public.
doesn't
That's
feel
public.
That's a private.
What?
Public is like
Johnny Rockets
making
has
it a
boobs.
spectacle.
Yeah, you're making it a grand gesture.
Yeah, it's like big.
Then
It's
I'm,
like I don't have.
Yeah, if you like stand up in the restaurant and propose, like that to me is a public like.
Yeah.
oh, so you can't be like, hi, you want to marry me?
Not in the booth at Johnny Rockets. That's pretty private.
Not in the booth.
I think if you are going to propose in public, you already need to make
Yeah,
sure
like you need to. I think like it's,
you want to get married.
it's way more likely to be cringe, and you know it's riskier, and it's not. I don't think it's as special.
I enjoy playing this game.
Yeah, that was a good video. I don't watch a lot of their content because some of the stuff I've seen. Well, first off, Smosh been around forever, so I never really liked Smosh's content from jump. But this video wasn't that bad, so I gotta give them, gotta give them their props. This was actually a good video. Looking at the length of this is about to be a two-parter. Definitely about to be a two-part video. But if you guys want to see me react to more content just like this, let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss when I drop a video. And if I have to miss any days, if I have to be late, if anything bad happens, the only way I can update you at this moment is through my social media. So if you're not following me over there, go ahead and give me a follow. The links to that is also in the description box down below. And until next time, you already know who it is. It's Sang.